Hi everyone, I said I'd give you a quick intro to the differences between the paperback version of the Book of Thoth and the hardback version. And as you can see, we've got the hardback version on the left here, which is slightly bigger than the paperback version, but they're pretty much the same in terms of size. Although the handling of the paperback version is a lot less comfortable, because it's a lot harder to keep the pages open than the hardback version. And also, I don't know if you can see here, the quality of the paper is so much better here with the hardback version. You've got this lovely gloss white colour compared to the yellow of the paperback version, but the contents of both are pretty much the same. So I'll be using for my own studies the hardback version, and I will try and illustrate it as much as I can throughout this series. Just a very brief overview of the book itself. Copyright 1944. And he mentions here on this page that he wants us to do our own study by meditating long, broad and deep upon the wheel. That's the great wheel of samsara or illusion. And to get to know the cards and how one follows on from the other. So he's encouraging us right from the outset to do our own inner work to get the most out of the book and the cards. His introduction, he goes through the history of the tarot a little bit and talks about tarot in relation to the Kabbalah, which he is very interested in, and also the tarot and its place in the universe. We have things such as the Naples arrangement, the cards of the tarot's living beings. And then in part 2, he goes on to the trumps themselves. He also has the odd diagram, such as the zodiac loop here, and the special hexagram, and we'll talk about both of those. So in part 2 is quite intense. You get a lot of information with each card, with the major arcana here, and we'll go through that for each card. So that is quite long, and there's quite a lot of mythology in here. And it can't all be taken in with the intellect. We really have to use intuition to try and unlock what he's trying to say. In the next part of the book, he goes on to the court cards, which are quite complicated in themselves, so he's got a fair bit on those. And then for the last bit, he's talking about the minor arcana, so you'll get a paragraph or so on each one of those, sometimes a little bit longer, sometimes less. And in the final part of the book, you've got some lovely pictures here of the cards. It's a pity they didn't do these in colour for the hardback version. And finally, in the appendices, we've got information relating to some of the Kabbalah here and astrology. He talks about astrology and the planets a fair bit. Some lovely illustrations. We'll also talk about this, the rose cross on the back of each card. Here's the planets in relation to the hexagram. And he finishes off with some of the if I can say it, the triplicities of the zodiac. So yeah, astrology is quite a firm underpinning of his work. So lots for us to look at and get through, and I'll be grateful for any comments along the way throughout the course. So take care of yourselves, and I will catch you soon. Bye bye.